Okay, so basically in this class we are going to cover Ingress part, which is again one of the most important component of Kubernetes. Okay, we'll be dealing with a couple of topics like what is Ingress, what is the YAML configuration of Ingress, just like the other component, service, pod, deployment. Okay, and when do you need Ingress? Okay, because every time we are not going to use Ingress, like the deployment and the service, and then we have this Ingress controller, which basically help us to integrate Ingress in our Kubernetes cluster. Let's start one by one. Okay, so generally you will see whatever the application or the project we try to build. Okay, we use the pod through the deployment one, and we use the service one. And when we try to access our application, it goes like this: your app service, your IP address, colon port number, right? It used to be like this so far. So your service one was the external unit which allows you to get in touch with this URL so that you can access your pod, and then pod will storing your application will be seen on this port number, this IP address colon port number. But in general, you want to see your application like this, right? So suppose I'm having a domain name. So I don't want to connect like this. I want to connect like this. Okay. And this was one of the interview question that you want to make your website live, having your website name as suppose xyz.com. So go through me all the process that you will be doing from developing your website till making it live for the customer. And this is the end point of Kubernetes. Because if you are able to make live your application through Kubernetes in this domain name, then you are all set to go. It means you are using the complete Kubernetes end to end. And that is what we will be going to do in this class. So now to achieve this one, because if you go like this, only if you will use service, you will be getting only this one, only for the local use. Okay, you won't be able to attach with the website. But if I want to attach, I need to use Ingress. So Ingress basically help you to attach your external IP, external domain name or simply domain name with the other components. Okay, I have this website name myapp.com. So Ingress will help to attach this myapp.com with the other components of your Kubernetes. So this will basically, if I'll click on this one, the first it will go to the service one. Service will then redirect to pod, and pod will throw back the application in this domain name. So all the user will be able to access it. If some by any chance this pod get deleted, so another pod will be replicated, and your application will always be up and running. If suppose if suppose I created two pods, okay, then the question will be asked in the interview, how will you maintain how the load balancing part is maintained over here? So you can answer this like if I created two pods, okay, replica set, you make two or three, whatever you want. So what will happen based on the incoming traffic, Kubernetes cluster, I mean the master node, will decide how many traffic will go in every pod. Means all three pods will be in use so that none of the pod get overwhelmed by the traffic use. And in this way, I can manage the load balancer, or Kubernetes automatically manages your load balancer by creating the multiple replica set that you have mentioned or distributing the traffic between these pods. Got it?
Yes.
That's the end-to-end flow. So this goes like this. Your app request first come to the Ingress send the request to the sorry, my app services, which was external when not using the Ingress, but now it is the internal service. An internal service goes to the pod, and the pod will reflect back your application. Got it?
Yes.
So, so far To make our application live, we were using this NodePort and the type load balancer, which help us to access our application on this specific port number with the IP address. This IP address assigned task was a service one, and this port number was given by this again service NodePort. Okay, because 8080 is redirecting to 35081, and you know the range of 30,000 to 30,200 something. Uh, okay. I might be wrong with the range, but please look into the range of NodePort, okay? Because they are using 35,000.
Mm.
Let's see the ingress. So far, we have seen the deployment YAML file, service YAML file, then config map, secrets. What else? Did we miss anything?
Secrets.
Secrets. Yeah, these four YAML file we have seen, and the last one is the ingress one. Okay.
Mm.
So if you see the ingress, you need to mention networking k8.io. Okay, if you are using V1, only the version 1 in your previous apps. If it is version 1, just type version 1. No need to go type the beta 1. Okay. Then kind ingress, of course. Metadata. What is the name of your app? Just give it the name for your ingress pod. Okay. I should not say pod for your ingress. Spec. In spec, you define the rule. Okay. Routing rule. Where your host will go. So forward request to the internal service. So what I will do? Host your domain name. Okay. And the internal service always happen through HTTP. Do not confuse this HTTP with this HTTP. This one is different. This could be HTTPS, this could be HTTP. But to connect internally with the service, internally, which means this one, ingress to the service, we require
Mm.
HTTP. Okay. What is the difference between HTTP and HTTPS?
One is HTTPS is secured one with the
Yeah.
SSL maintenance.
Yes, correct. So we do not require any security for the internal service because this is the internal connection. Okay.
Mm.
Hacking or anything will be happening on this place. So your app should be secure here. Okay. Internal
Mm.
communication is happening through HTTP. So that's why we mention HTTP. Now we have to mention the path. Okay. There could be multiple paths. If you have the multiple service file, you can put it over there. In path, where you want to redirect your service. So in backend, you have to mention service name. Okay. This service name should exactly match with this service name. Okay. Because we are directing to service. And what is the name of service? This is the name of service. So this name should be exactly matching with the previous name. And the port number is service port number is 8080, which is same like this port number on which you are hosting.
Yes.
Got it? It's not that tricky. We will get this YAML file from the documentation itself. So forward
Mm.
request. So this routing rule basically forward request to the internal service. So your HTTP communication first goes to this one host, and the host will redirect to the internal service file. Okay. Further in this path, if you see any application, if you open, you will get slash dot 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 lot of things. So that lot of things comes under this path because you generally do not get only the app.com. You get a slash lot of things, gibberish things you get. So that
Mm.
gibberish things is basically redirecting to the service one. Okay. And the one that I said, do not confuse this HTTP with this HTTP. This is for the internal communication. This is for the external one. So this HTTPS could be this could be HTTP, this could be HTTPS. But this always for internal connection will be using HTTP.
Okay.
So we looked into the ingress, which is getting connected with the service. Okay. But to get this ingress done, you require some services that I'll discuss. in a couple of seconds. So if you see, I have this internal service, I have this ingress. How ingress is getting connected with this internal service? Through this backend, where we mention the service name and the port number, service
Mm.
port. That's it. If you mention these two, it will redirect all your requests which is coming in this app, in
Mm.
this website name to your internal service, and internal service will take care of the rest of the things. So if you do this thing in well and mannered way, it will automatically, you will almost get connection with the internal service. You'll get the connection with the internal service. Okay, and the service name should be correctly named as the internal service name metadata. Okay, these two names should be same, and the port number should be the port number that you are opening your target port number. So this could be different. If it is 80, here should be 80. If it is 70, here should be 70. Okay,
Mm.
any confusion?
No, I got it.
Okay, that's good.
And
No
this
node
service
port.
file is same as the one which we previously created.
Yeah, exactly same. See,
Okay.
there is nothing difference. Service
Mm.
metadata specs selected my app port number protocol should be TCP and port number and the target port number. That's it.
Yeah, okay.
So no node port for the internal service. If you going to use this Ingress, we do not require any node port or
Mm.
load balancer. So instead of the load balancer, default type is the cluster IP. Since we are not using the load balancer type, so what will be the default type? Cluster IP.
Mm.
Remember?
Yes.
Okay. So this is how it goes. You require a valid domain name, first of all. If it is not valid, it won't work. Okay. Map your domain name to the node IP, which is basically we are doing through the service one. Okay. Which is the entry point. So this will be the entry point. First, customer will connect to this app map myapp.com. If it is correct, it will map to the internal service, and rest pod, deployment, config files, secrets, everything will be get connected. But this has to be the correct one.
Mm.
Okay. So instead of the IP address, this will be our entry point. Okay, entry's IP address. So this is holding everything instead of your IP address. Okay. Previously we were using IP address. Now we will be using the domain name. Okay. So this ingress. Okay. Now you need an implementation for Ingress, which is the Ingress controller. Okay. Ingress controller is basically your YAML file where you mention the rules and all. You need to install a Ingress controller separately in Kubernetes cluster. Okay. It's
Mm.
not like it is always there in your system, in your Kubernetes. Just like the other name is we did with the namespace kubecon. In the same way, we have to get this Ingress controller in our minikube environment. Then only this ingress part will work, otherwise it won't work. Okay, so it's not exactly same as deployment and service. In ingress, you have to create the YAML file, but ingress to run, you require the ingress controller and you need to get it downloaded on your minikube. Okay, which
Mm.
we'll be doing. Okay. So this is your YAML file, but this is the controller that will take care of this YAML file. So this is the different one compared. If I talk about this YAML file, so this YAML file is depicting this part, but this controller is a different one, which we just download. Okay. And this controller comes with a different third party. Means you cannot directly go and download. It comes with some other uh, third party users. For example, one of the user is Nginx. So if I download this one for the websites, Generally, we do it for the website. So Nginx as a web server comes along with it. Okay, we are going with the Nginx. What is the other this one other service instead of the Nginx that we use to host our application?
Mm,
There was Apache server.
yeah.
Mostly Apache and Nginx used for hosting your websites. So right now you need not to worry about the Nginx or anything. We'll just get it Ingress. Will come along with this Nginx. Okay. In further cases, in cloud, if you're using, so they have this cloud load balancer, which is taking care of your ingress. But since we are not using cloud right now, so we will be going with the Nginx. If you will be using cloud load balancer, there's a different way to get the ingress. You can configure it in a different way. We are not looking into this one for right now. Okay. So the basic thing is when you use this cloud load balancer, you don't have to get the ingress separately. Okay. You don't have to implement load balancer by yourself, this part. So it will automatically get created once you get the ingress. Right now, just not to bother about this. Any cloud provider will provide you this load balancing part if you'll get it ingress done. But this load balancer is automatically get carried forward by this one. So need not to use a separate service of cloud for load balancing.
Mm.
We'll look into this one later. For now, if we download, where will it get downloaded? Either in your proxy server. Proxy server basically means server which is in some other places. You don't know the place, but you are using their local storage part. Okay. Whenever it comes to download, you have to download it a physical storage server. Okay. If it is not cloud. So basically this hardware has to be a separate server, public IP address and the open port and the entry point to the cluster. Since this controller is taking care of all these things, this controller will be stored in some proxy server. Some of the companies uses their own server, so that can also be happen. Even your own CPU is also kind of a, right now if I'll install, it will get installed in my own. Since I'm using Minikube, so Minikube will take care of this one. So no server in Gate cluster is accessible from the outside. What it is saying that if I'm using any proxy server or anything, okay, generally these servers are not accessible from outside to our Kubernetes cluster, which means it is saying if I install this one, it will has to go through the Minikube and Minikube will get connected with your proxy server. Okay. Directly, I cannot download Ingress to our CPU or whatever physical server you are having, a proxy server. You need an intermediator between them who is doing the task. In our case, hello, you are available now.
Yes, yes.
So in our case, Minikube is doing that task.
Mm.
So this seems like this. Your app connection, which will be connected with your Ingress, but your Ingress is in your some proxy server. And once the Ingress checks the rule, everything is correct, and forward the request to all the services.
Mm.
That's how it goes. This is kind of a client basically you'll be having Ingress managed load balancer in between, which takes all your traffics, redirect to Ingress. Okay. Ingress will throw to foo and bar. Basically, these two you can say a kind of uh, if suppose this is kind of a two different type of services, you have two services, one for foo, one for bar. Okay, if the request is for foo, the request will send to this service file, and this service file request goes to the other pods. If it is for the bar, the service comes here, and because in a website you have multiple services, right?
Mm.
A service for checkout the bill, a service for ordering the things, So everything you cannot store in a single service file. So what I'm doing, for everything, we have created a separate service file. So if it is for check out the money, it will go through the other service. If it is for the ordering bill, it will go to the other service. And this is the proper management of your. So for a single application, you cannot expect to have a single service file. Rather than you can create 100 or thousands of service files for the different services. Got
Okay.
it?
Yes.
So we need to install Ingress controller in our Minikube because we are not doing directly to our proxy server. We will be helping and taking the help of Minikube. Okay. And this is the code to download enable your Ingress in your system. Okay. This will be looking, so this is how it looks like. Minikube add-ons enable Ingress, and then it will use this one. Once you will download, you can get a new pod with the name of Nginx Ingress controller. I will show you later in the class. Okay, which basically shows, and it is under which kube system. Okay, kube system namespace. Remember, we have some default namespaces in which
Yeah.
the kube system holds the main namespaces which you cannot change or you cannot delete. You should not delete if you are using that one, like the controller, proxy, API server, Minikube. These things you should not delete. Same as this Nginx uh, Ingress controller, you should not delete if you're
Okay.
using Ingress. Create Ingress rule. So Ingress rule we are basically creating on our YAML files. Let's do it end to end. This is all the theory part. Any confusion, any of the topic?
No, I got it.
Okay, that. So we have this project one. Okay, let's quickly look into this project. Okay, you can create this sample website through GPT or any other. Just ask them to create a simple website. Start your live server, and this is how my website looks like. Okay,
Okay.
right now it is running on a 27001 555,000 index.html. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'll be using this port number and redirecting to my website name. Right now, if you want to get the domain name, you can get it from any platform. But so far, I don't have any domain names. So I'll be using my own. Okay.
Okay.
So we want to make it live. Let's do it. What's the first task? I need to create an image out of it, right? And to create the image, what do I need?
Local file.
I need a Docker file. Okay.
Yeah.
So for creating the Docker file, what is the first command? From
Base image.
okay, base image we are going to from which web server I'm going to run. If it is this
Engine.
side, Nginx. Okay. And which version you want to use? Suppose Alpine version.
Okay.
Okay. Then copy. Copy what? My index.html. If it was this one, if it was Apache server HTTPD, then in that case we have to store this index.html file into htdocs. Remember, if you see the previous classes, we were storing in the htdocs. But here in Nginx, you have this part for storing your HTML files. That is user share nginx HTML, then index.html. We are going to paste it over here. So whatever the data you have this index.html, all the data will be copied to this index.html. Okay, so it will override your index.html data to this index.html data. And then
And from where we get that path, like USR share.
this is basically a default path. Whenever you are going to copy the data of index.html, you
Hmm.
always use this path. So you can
Okay.
get it online also if you search what is the HTML path for Nginx, what is the HTML path for HTTPD, basically the Apache server. So this is the default one. Always will this is always with the same. So they can ask this question because if someone will, they'll always mug up this path,
Yes.
and then we will be exposing to a port number, port 80. That's it. Simple
Hmm.
Docker file. Now, what is the next stage? To push this Docker file in our Docker Hub from where our Kubernetes can access. So let's go and open our Docker Hub. See the username. I have the username as avsky212. Okay.
Hmm.
Hmm. So I'll go to my terminal. Yeah, okay. That is now 90. So inside this one, I'm having this index.html and the Docker file. Okay. So I want to create a image out of it. What is the first command? Docker
Build.
build
Hmm.
-t. What should be the name of our website or the image? Let it be Cube project नाम रखते हैं ठीक Cube Cube project. Okay,
Hmm.
this should be the your image name and then press enter. So your image name is getting created. Now the next step is
Docker run.
no Docker run is for container. We are not going to create a container. After this, you need to tag your image, right?
Yes.
So to tag, what is the command? Docker tag your website, your image name, and then I have to push this one. So where you want to push? EVSKY212. This is the your username slash your website name. If I type latest over here, it should work. You can give the tag as latest, but it's on you. Okay, that's all. We got tag. Now do the Docker push. And this is we are going to push. Um, okay. Initially, we didn't provide the tag. This one. Insufficient scope authorization failed. Let's do Docker logging. Let's try the previous one first. Issue. Hmm. Settings fragment document. Yes. AVASKY. Oops. That's a wrong username. Our username is AVSKY, not AVASKY. So what do we have to do? We need to tag it again. Docker tag and it's AVSKY. Chicken back again. AVSKY212.
Mm.
Okay. Docker push. Hmm.
What is the purpose of this Docker tag?
The Docker tag basically search for your username
Okay.
because images are local. But when you want to push on Docker Hub, it has to
Hmm.
be have a tag with the username. How will it understand that where you want to push? So every username, if you do the Docker login, if you see the Docker login, see, it says that your username is this
Hmm.
when I do the Docker login. So this username has to be, your data has to be sent to this username. So you need to tag your website with this username. So anyone would come and see your Docker Hub. So they'll be able to understand that this is the project. Project name is this one, and which is developed by whom? Which is developed by this username.
Oh.
Got it?
Hmm. Means here we are creating our image and we are pushing it to
Docker Hub.
Docker Hub.
Yeah. If you see the tag, so the latest tag is assigned to it. You can give any tag whatever you. Okay.
Okay.
But while pushing, you need to give the your username.
Oh. And it is same as like Git push. mm,
Yeah, it's
Because
same like Docker
yeah.
push, Git push. That's it.
Okay.
Now let's create our pods. So we will go to our documentation. Then it is documentation. Just type. What is the first one we are going to create? Deployment.
Deploy. Yeah.
Copy this one.
Mm.
Go here. Let's create a file. What should be the file name? You can simply name if it is single project. You can name it cube deployment. Let it be a simple deployment. Let's
Okay.
deployment.yaml and paste it over here. What else we have to change? Instead of Nginx, we'll name it as cube project. What is the name of our app?
You
Cube, cube project.
project. Hmm.
Well, we'll give it a cube project. See, this name can be different, so no need to worry about it.
Okay.
Then label Nginx instead of Nginx, we will keep different label. So what I will be doing, I'll do Control F. I'll type here find Nginx and replace with Cube project. That's it.
Mm.
How many replica we want? Three. I'll take everything. What is the tag we are going to take? Latest. Okay. So what it will do, it will go to the Docker Hub, search for the project name with the Cube project and with the tag latest containing the port number 80. This should be the same as port number we mentioned while pushing the this one. Everything is good. Save it. Okay. Now, what if we want? Let's create the namespace. Uh,
Okay.
we will deploy everything on a particular namespace. So let's see how many namespaces we have. What is the command to check the namespace?
Kubectl get namespace ns.
Get ns. These are the namespace we have. So what I'm going to do, I'll create another namespace. What is the command?
Kubectl
Create
get namespace.
namespace. Cube namespace. Let's give it a name. Cube
Cube name.
enemy namespace. Got created. Okay. So we got our cube system. Cube namespace. This name. I'll copy this. Go back to here. In metadata, always keep your namespace. Okay. Namespace. Cube namespace. Save it. If you want to apply, you can apply right now. But let's go create the other one. Next is
Service.yaml.
service.yaml. Let's go to our documentation. Service. Here it is. Now this is the simplest one. Let's copy this one. Okay, kind instead of cube service. Cube project. And this name should be same as previous label one. So cube project. Our target put of our project was 80 and we are going to host 180. Okay. Hmm. Then this is done. Next job is our to get the ingress. Create the ingress. Hmm, let's go here. Type ingress. See, this is the same image that I've showed you in the presentation.
Yeah.
If you see the prerequisite, you must have ingress controller. So let's install our ingress controller. What is the command to install ingress controller? Minikube add-on enable ingress. So what you do, you will create this. Okay. It is also saying that if you want to, after the add-on is enabled, please run minikube tunnel, okay, and your ingress resources, which is our ingress YAML file, and this
Mm.
would be available in which port number? 27.0.0. Okay, so it's on you. If you can use minikube controller as well. Basically, when you want to make your local application live, okay, so it will keep always connecting with your minikube. So you need to run minikube, though it is not that much recommended, but you can do it. Minikube tunnel. So it will keep on running, tunneling. Okay, so all your data will first come to this minikube tunnel. This will pass this data to this controller. Controller will go to the YAML file and do rest of the stuff. Okay, we got this thing is done. And what else? If you want to check your email, get pods hype. Let's see. kubectl get pods hyphen n, under which namespace it is getting? Kube system, na? Yeah.
Kubernetes.
Uh,
Cube
no,
namespace.
no. Ingress minikube in this ingress one goes to the default namespace, not default, kube system namespace.
Okay.
Okay. Your
Mm.
above element will be created on your namespace, but this
Mm.
one will be created because we are installing now. So it get installed here. So see the controller is here. Where is the controller? Can you see?
Storage. Cube controller manager.
Uh, in the kube system, na? Inside not this one. Cube control manager minikube might be inside this one, but it should show like the Nginx. Anyway, not mentioned, but no need to worry. It must be somewhere.
Okay.
We'll figure it out. Let's go back to our YAML file. So in this case of the YAML file, we got the service. We have to mention the namespace here as well. Give namespace. So this service and this deployment both will be created on your give namespace. It
Yeah.
might not run because I have a lot of application hosted on port 80. So let's see. Okay, this is done. Ingress, let's go back to our ingress. Let's go back to the documentation. Ingress, prerequisite, we got the prerequisite. Okay, let's copy this one. Paste it over here. The above one same, name same, metadata. Let's name it as Cube project. And hello, are you there?
Yeah.
I just got disconnected with my remote server. Just wait a second.
Mm.
Whenever there is fluctuation of internet, it gets disconnected. We got back.
Okay.
Then we mentioned namespace, which was give namespace.
Cube namespace.
Okay. Annotation might require, might not require. And then instead of this ingress class, We can give our name. So there is a one annotation which is basically for the controller to redirect.
Okay.
It seems like this annotation. Nginx Ingress Kubernetes IO rewrite the target. Slash
Mm.
basically means if you have this website with slash at the end, it will also retarget to this Nginx. Sorry, in this Ingress. So this is the optional part. People keep it, people may not keep it. And that's why you didn't get with the documentation. See, if you see kubernetes.io, this is the main. But if you have slash doc slash concept slash services, so even if this slash part comes, it should redirect to your ingress, which is logical. And that's why we mentioned this annotation part.
Mm.
You can give your own class name over here. No need to mention this. Nginx Ingress class name. Keep it an Nginx. Doesn't matter too much. Rules. This is the important one. Rules. HTTP. But I'm going to host my application name. So type here. Hmm, did I get any host? No. In host, whatever the name you want to give, what name you suggest for our website? Kipproject.com. Remove this example. So we want to access our application using this kipproject.com.
Mm.
We already have HTTP and password. Okay. Then comes your this one. Host done. HTTP. HTTP should come inside this. If I do the dash, it means it's a separate one. But inside host, you have to mention because first customer will come here, redirect
Mm.
internal service to
Yes.
where path. What's the path are you going to give? I don't just keep it a slash. Okay. It should automatically redirect to your path type prefix.
Mm.
Prefix basically means it slash will use as the first. Backend service name. What is our service name? Chip project.
Mm.
So service name is chip project. And the port number is 80. Save it. Any question?
Mm. I just did not get the first part, that index.html.
This one.
Hmm.
Okay, it's a simple website.
Okay.
Just a website. See, HTML. There's a CSS part.
Hmm.
So you need any website to host, na? So this I created using this. Just type any website you can create. Okay.
If I want to create this project, then how can I get this file?
No need to get the exact one. Just come here.
Hmm.
Go to any. Go to any AI bot. Suppose Perplexity. Just type create a simple HTML, CSS, and JS project. Okay, press enter. It will create. Okay, I need everything in a single file. Or just to make things in single index.html. So it will create a single HTML file. Okay, visual content. I don't know what kind of website is this. Let it just create.
Okay.
Okay, it got created. Copy this one. I'll go come here. This is your project. Okay, suppose you created a folder.
Hmm.
You go
Okay,
here.
now I got it.
Got it now?
Yeah.
Paste that one, and you need to download this live server to see your project. Okay. How you will get the live server? Just come here.
Hmm.
Type live server over here. Server. Give a space between them. So you will get this live server. Click on this one and install it. So the moment you will install, you will get this type of go live.
Ah,
If you will click on this one, you can see your project live on browser.
okay.
Okay.
Hmm.
So simply if I want to see this project, I'll click on go live. But initially you don't see. This is a simple website, nothing else. Just
Hmm.
look at
Oh,
it.
hmm.
Okay.
Okay, I got it.
So we done almost everything. In Ingress, mention the import everything. Save it everything. Let's start building. CLS. So what do we need? What is the command to build the deployment? kubectl
Simply apply
apply hyphen
slash
f
f.
and the deployment.yaml.
Hmm.
Press enter. Created. Then same we'll do with the
Service.
service.yaml. Okay. And same we have to do with Ingress.
Hmm.
Okay. That's all. By default, if you see kubectl get ingress hyphen n, what was the namespace? Kube project, kube namespace. So it will show you the ingress, okay,
Hmm.
with this project name and address. It is not showing over here. It should show basically the port number. Where is the kube project ingress? No worries. So what you have to do in the host file, in every Windows, Linux, you have this host file. Okay. If you come
Hmm.
here, go to your C, Windows, then type system32, system32. Then you will go to driver, see the driver. Then you will find etcd, and there is a host file. Okay. We need to
Okay.
open this one, but we need admin mode. You have to open in admin mode. I'll just cross this one. I'll open notepad as in admin mode. Yes. I will go to files. You have to open that same exact location. Open and post 32. Where is the drivers etc and this is open it. So we want to run our application here. Press enter tab. So you need to give the IP address on which you want to host. So initially our ingress was on this one. You saw 27.0. And what is the name of your website? So the name of our website is
project.com.
checkproject.com. Copy this one and save it over here. Control S. Okay. Now, before going ahead, just try to ping your project here, and let's see whether it is. So see, it is replying you back.
Yeah.
It means you are able to. If I go to now website, what was the name? Kubernetes.com. No? Mm, spelling is, if the spelling is correct, type or. So your project is running. That's totally okay. But the issue is, that is not running. Okay, there is one more way, but it is not checking that. So basically, we are going to do the port forward. It might be due to port 80 is someone else is taking. Mm, CTL. CTL port forward. Do I want to forward? Yes. This control. Let's forward to 1890 colon 80. Spelling is correct. No? Control R. GINX. Ingress. Okay. Now let's run. Command it should run. Eternally. Your application should run, but it's the issue. Forget. check our pod is running or not. So the issue is our pod is not running.
Yeah.
This is the issue, and this issue is basically generally comes if it is unable to get the container. Let's check what's the issue with this one. Can you see our image name is wrong? What was the image name?
Approach.
We missed AVA Sky 212.
Oh,
This is
okay.
the whole image,
Wolf.
not the GIF project only. Control S. Container name is GIF project. So, mm, straight again, configured. Service, no change in service, Ingress, no change in this. Okay, right. Before going ahead, let's confirm our pod is running or not.
Oh,
Okay, so now our pod is running. Perfect. And we forwarded to port 90. And now, okay, see, we are able to access.
yeah.
So understood the
Yes.
issues and the solution we come across.
Yeah. I got it.
Okay. See, this part is not necessary. Okay. We just do it forwarded because I was expecting that something is running on port 80. So let's forward and run it over here. Okay. But if
Okay.
it is nothing is running, you need not to mention this part. Okay.
Okay.
It is just for the emergency purpose on the safe side. And before going ahead, you just see everything is running or not. My pods are running. Okay. Cluster IP is defined. Everything is fine. Okay. Service is running. Pod is one by one, one by one. If it is 0 by 1, it means it is created but not running. Okay. Replica set is working fine. Okay. And that's all. Okay. So this is all about Ingress. Hope now everything is clear about Ingress.
Yeah.
Yeah, and just stop the recording now.